Good evening, Cottonwood Valley Farm followers. It's Matt out here on a gorgeous evening. Finally, the wind is not howling out here at the farm. And tonight, Dad's gonna come out here and join me, and we're gonna just do a quick test with what I think is one of the coolest pieces of equipment we've gotten here for our vegetable production farm out here at Cottonwood Valley Farm, and that is the Water Wheel Transplanter. Something very cool that I've thought, watching all the videos online of the people we've seen do it. Perhaps one of the things that made me say this is why we need to do it, but have it hooked up to the Massey Harris 44. When we get planting later this spring, early summer, we won't be using this tractor with it. This one has too fast of a ground speed, and we'll get into that a little bit later when we get it moving and what all of it means. But I'm going to go ahead, get it prepped, get it a little bit full of water, and we're going to go out on those rows that I left out there that I disked around where we used the mulch layer, and we're just going to drop the water wheel in the ground and see what it does, make sure we know that everything's working before the transplants are ready and ready to get planted, so that way we know all of our equipment's field ready. Follow along. So we've got the well going, filling the tanks up. It's got 2 tanks on it, each holding about 80 gallons, so 160 gallons of water total. I'm just gonna put about 20-30 gallons in it for tonight for our test, and it's just straight water. When we get to the transplanting season, we can put like a fish emulsion fertilizer in there or some sort of water soluble fertilizer that's gonna go in and help those plants flourish. Okay, quick interruption to the video. It's a couple days later. I was in the edit bay and I'm not overly happy with how I sounded describing what the transplanter is and how it works the other day when we were in a hurry to get it out in the field and test it. So let me walk you through what the Water Wheel Transplanter is. First off, this is a way of mechanizing the transplant process to speed up and add efficiency to your planting season. So what you've seen in the greenhouse are all these 72 count trays that I've started of seedlings. Those ride right here on the transplanter. So actually way more space for storage than we need of them. But those are gonna sit here, and what the water wheel really does is you come in here, and the water wheel is this wheel right here. This is a 26-inch water wheel. They call this the super wheel from Rainflow. And you see all these black caps between them? It lets you move these spikes around and change your spacing. This is the 26-inch wheel. So what this 26-inch wheel will let you do is right now with 3 spikes on it, it's 31-inch spacing. We can take it down to 17, 12, and 6-inch spacing. 6-inch spacing is gonna come super fast. I don't really know what we would plant on 6-inch spacing, but most of our stuff is gonna be on 17-inch and 31-inch spacing on the rows. When you get in here on the water wheel, this mechanism, this bar, drops down and it contacts the black plastic mulch we have down there, and this runs through it. In the video, you'll see these teeth, these spikes piercing a hole in the plastic mulch where when it's running, these valves control water coming into it, and this wheel fills with water, and as the spike comes around, it has a hole there that's gonna allow you to dump about a cup of water. Those holes in the spikes allow it to drop about a cup of water, however much you set on it with the valves and whatnot, out of these 80-gallon tanks. There's 2 of them here on this transplanter. It can be straight water from the well here. You could put like a fish emulsion fertilizer. You could put like a Miracle Grow, a Super Thrive, something like that, some sort of booster to help with the transplant shock and just get things really kicked off for a good start for the season. So now that I'm sitting here on the transplanter, if we were going through the field, you can see the video of Mom and I or Dad on it here that we shot that day. But what you're gonna be doing is your feet are up here on the stands. You've got your plant trays here, getting everything ready. Once it comes and you get started down the row, that wheel's gonna turn. The plastic mulch is right here. You're taking a seedling out of the tray, the plug there, pushing it in the hole and pressing it tight. So that way the cup of water, the fertilizer, all that stuff kind of sucks the roots into the hole and allows it to be kind of come one and seal up with the ground there, so that way you have good ground contact. And that's really the efficiency of the Water Wheel Transplanter. You know, in the video, you'll see us out in the field just testing it. And like I've said before, and I say it later on in the video, this tractor's too fast for what we're doing for it that day, but we've got a solution to that you'll see in a future video coming up. But again, I just wanted to step in during the edit process here and walk you through a little bit more of what the Water Wheel Transplanter does. think of riding on the transplanter?
Interesting.
When you're ready. Okay, Dad, what's your overall thoughts on it?
Well, it works. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Okay, that was the first test of the water wheel, and I'm going to use test in parentheses there, or air quotes. What did you think?
Well, it's interesting. It's doable. We're going to find a lot slower tractor.
Well, luckily we have a lot slower tractor that we think will work for it, but we're going to build a new hitch for it here in the next month, so that way it's a drawbar pull on it, which is also going to help with keeping it centered on the narrow plastic, I think, quite a bit by putting it another foot or two back there, because you really don't realize how hard it is to see it with those tanks right there, even with the 2 tanks in the cutout. So thanks for following along. The transplants are growing rapidly, so we can get them planted here in about a month.